Hey guys, welcome back to PTN. Fenix and Matthais here again with Elite Dangerous, and we're taking on the Galaxy map as Matthais so wonderfully reminded me last video when I sort of segued into the wrong one. We're not doing the central panel. sorry, my bad. Alright, Galaxy map, guys. So you go to your navigation panel, you can actually highlight the Galaxy map section. When we click on that, you're going to see this enormous map open up. Now, I've already opened it up, so it didn't do the whole cool zoom in, but basically I'm going to zoom out really quick and show you what I meant when I said billions upon billions of stars. This is the Galaxy map. You can go anywhere in here when the game comes out. Now the game is in beta, so as I zoom in here really quick on the map, you'll notice this white bubble. This tiny minuscule white bubble on the map is what we're allowed to explore so far, and as you can see, there's a ton of stars in here. It is ridiculous. Each section is sort of cordoned off in a area, so you can see the Empire sort of down there and the Federation. So there's also going to be sectors based on who controls it. And as I zoom in even further, you can see all the stars. Now you can't see the planets. Once you go into the star, you can see all the planets. But what you can see is as you highlight each system, a little piece of important information. So I'll highlight Aranin. Agriculture is the economy type. Allegiance is independent. And the distance, well, guys, come on. I'm giving you some credit. That's the distance. As you highlight it, more information will appear on this info panel to the left. Really crucial to know and really crucial to follow if you plan on exploring and you don't want to get shot in certain systems. You know you need better defenses for, let's say, anarchy systems where there is no law. Ships are blown out of the sky. You want to be very careful, as well as that's where the black market is. You have stolen goods, you got to go there. I'm trying to find an anarchy system. Is this one? Yeah, this one. LP9812132 Anarchy. So you got to be a little more careful. But once again, the economy has changed. And economy is very crucial when you're trading, so you got to figure out what systems can provide and what they need. And we'll get to that in a moment in the map here. There's actually a way to see it. Matthais is going to mostly tackle that one. He understands it way better than I do. Thanks for doing that, Matthais.
Well, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, not too well. We're both still. It's a mess. So another important thing is the next one, the navigation menu. So you can search particular systems that you might be looking for in this menu by just simply entering the name on the left, or plan a route from where you are to where you want to go. So basically, you got Google Maps here on your left. Now, this one I wasn't too familiar with. Matthais actually explained it to me just moments ago, and I'm going to let him take it on. It has to do with these colored bars, the gray and blue bars you see connecting planets, or the dotted lines. They all mean something different. So go ahead, Matthais. You were mentioning this before.
Well, it says it at the bottom of the left-hand navigation sort of panel there. Show jump connections. You can turn that on or off. If you turn it off, you can actually see the relative location of all of these systems, which is pretty cool. But turning it on is much more important so that you can actually see where you can go right now, where you can go after the next jump, and all that stuff. If you want to keep it nice and simple, you can just sort of Phoenix, if you can follow along.
I tried. I hit the wrong button and I went up, but don't worry, I'm back.
Okay, we'll just sort of max out the cargo mass slider at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. So you'll see that there's a little few, there are fewer bars around. So basically anything that has a blue solid line is somewhere that you can jump right now with max cargo.
Okay.
If it has any dashes in between, if it's a dashed line, you can make the next jump.
Okay.
Right, so it's a possible jump from wherever to wherever, which is pretty handy. And again, if you only want to carry, if you want to go a little further, say you don't want to take full cargo somewhere, or you're running on total empty, you just run the slider wherever it needs to be, and at the very bottom it'll show you the total range. If you have 0-ton cargo mass, and you've got a solid gray line, it means you can make that jump. You might not even see it in your navigation menu when you're selecting through the systems, so you actually have to input it as your destination.
Now, something important to note that I found out, actually, I was about to mention, sorry, I almost cut you off, my bad.
That's fine.
Was your weapons and stuff. Their weight is also determined in this. When I loaded up my ship with weaponry, as well as armor and systems and all kinds of other cool, neat toys, I didn't realize that also affected the weight of my ship, which obviously it would, especially in a game as detailed. So my jumps actually became so minuscule, I could only really travel in between 3 systems. I couldn't get out of here and actually explore a really good chunk of the galaxy. So I had to sell some of my weaponry and only keep what I need with me and lose all my cargo just to fly around the system. So your weight plays a huge part in exploring the galaxy.
Another part that plays a big part in exploring is the type of ship that you're in. So if you're in a very small ship like the Viper, like Phoenix here, he can't really scooch around too far. But if you have, say, the Lacan 6, which is like a medium to large size transport, you can get clear across this whole circle in pretty much no time at all.
Oh, for sure. And at the same time, Matthais should mention he's in a larger vessel. So we're kind of doing this with the Viper so that you're face isn't absolutely wrecked with all kinds of colors and lines and stuff. Because when you're in a larger...
It's overly complex here.
Yeah, it looks like a mess of a spider web. It looks like tangled headphones coming out of your pocket. You can't see a damn thing. So we're using a smaller vessel so you can really see a few lines and sort of understand what we're getting at. So the next panel is going to make this a bit of a cluster of color, and this is the view panel. Now, sort of mentioning, Matthais sort of tried to show me this. It's very complex, but not complex. It's a useful tool. It's a lot to understand when you're new to the game. So this sort of shows two methods of looking at the map. One is realistic, so you see your stars, you see where you can travel. But after that, there's the map view, and here you go. Here's your cluster of colors, guys. This is trading. And that's what it pretty much all it is. It shows what planets, what their alliances could be. So you can see Alliance, Independent, Federation, Empire on the left. But it also shows what, if you turn all those off, you could also just quickly look at what planets are trading, where they're importing to, what they're importing from somewhere else, based on the color of the bar. So Matthais, you were explaining this to me on how you could find really cool trade routes and such.
Yes. Well, you can look at it a few different ways. You can show by size, you can show by population. That's not really important. The other thing at the top there where it says show, under filters, show by color, allegiance, if you were to switch that to economy, that's particularly helpful. Extraction, refinery, industrial, high-tech. Obviously, some places, like if you tried to trade from an industrial place to another industrial, you're not going to make much of a profit on a trade. They both have the same products. They're not, it's sort of the high supply, low demand in both of those systems, right? Mm-hmm. So you want to sort of complement two different types of systems or more based on what they have and what they need. Supply and demand is pretty basic.
So first you find if you can make those jumps, then you take a look over here and see what is best for you to transport through those jumps to make some money.
Exactly. So if you turn on the Show Trade Routes button, do you have that on there?
Yes, I do. It's already on, so you can see all the lines drawn everywhere. I'll take that off for a second, and you can see that you're just looking at the planets. The first bar should be, it's important to note, the first section shows the planet color. I should have mentioned that. I didn't, so I'm going to mention it now. Is the planet color based on their allegiance or whatnot, as Matthais was explaining. Different planets do different things. The second one are all the lines. So the trade routes shows all the lines which are the trade. So
that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Follow textiles moving around. Those are the yellow ones. The greater the size of, I guess you would call those like the little blips, the more profitable it's likely to be.
Okay, so a thinner, smaller blip is less profit than a really thick colored blip. Okay, fair enough. So we can make more money by trading through thicker lines.
Now you're at Olin, right?
I'm at Aranin. I'm at Aranin currently.
Oh, Aranin. Aye.
So I can see a lot of yellow going out of this. So yellow, if I take a look at my guide here, go down.
Textiles.
Is textiles. So textiles go out from here. So now, once again, when you're in the shop, or sorry, in the market, all the items you can buy and sell are sorted into these categories. So you don't have to worry about going, shoot, what is a textile? Like, is this random weird name a textile, or is it a mineral, or is it a chemical? You don't have to worry. It's actually organized for you. So you don't really have to rack your brain with that. Just a matter of find the correct product that this place is selling in textiles for cheap and go sell it somewhere where people are offering more for it. Simple.
Yeah.
After that, what do we got? The last menu? Options? Yeah. It's just you easy, guys. You can show your grid, you can take off your grid, navigation markers, like this is simple stuff. So you have some options to help you with your map. The most important thing in this map, I'd have to say, is the view panel to see all these trade routes and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, what would you say it is?
Personally, I use the navigation panel more just to see how the heck I can get from here to there and how far I can go. But they're both obviously pretty important. And you know what? When it comes right down to it, just watching a video on this is handy, but you got to experiment.
Yeah, so
fiddle around with it, see what you can do. And again, this is the beta, so it might switch up a bit.
Yeah, so definitely, guys, just dick around with your map for a little bit. It's really handy to have. It's really handy to understand. Took me forever. Matthais helped me out with a few features just because I'm a casual gamer. Sometimes I see something this complex and I just sort of shy away from it. I don't want to really spend a lot of time understanding it, but once you take a look and sort of fiddle with it for a bit, it's actually quite easy to understand. So it's really cool, guys. This is the Galaxy map. Thanks for watching this guide. Please check back for more of our videos. The next one we'll be taking on, this time, Matthais, I got it. This time, we're taking on the Central HUD next. All right, thanks, guys. Check back for more of our videos.